Hello everyone, Cindy here with Monarch Mom DIY, back for today's Just One Craft Project video. Today we are making these tumbling tower block candlesticks. We're going to use tumbling tower blocks, one of these light necklaces, and a couple of other pieces to embellish. So I am making 3 candlesticks. I've done these a couple times before. I'm always doing them a different color combination. I'm excited about today's blue and gold. I am going to make one candlestick that is 3 blocks tall, one that is 4 blocks tall, and one that is 5 blocks tall, just to give them differing heights. So for the 3 block tall candlestick, you'll see I need 6 pairs of blocks. For the 4 block tall candlestick, I need 8 pairs of blocks. And then for the candlestick that is 5 blocks tall, I'm going to need 10 pairs of blocks. You can see I'm lining them up here by pairs. I am gluing pairs together. One on the left is laying flat, and then the one on the right is on its side. So we're making 6 L shapes, basically, for this first candlestick. So I'm gluing all those together and I'm going to let them sit. That's why I have a mat down on my desk so the wood glue doesn't mess up my desk. Now I'm moving on to the next candlestick that is going to have 4 blocks tall. So we're gluing together those 8 pairs, and then we'll move on to the 10 pairs for our tallest candlestick. While those are drying, I'm going to take my light bulb necklace here and I'm going to remove 3 of the bulbs. It doesn't really matter which color because I'm going to be spray painting these gold. Now that my pairs of blocks are dry, I'm going to take 2 pairs and put them together in a square like this. So we're basically going to make a tube of blocks. So I'm putting glue on one of them and then putting them together. I think you can see how the 2 L's are fitting together to make that square of blocks. So our first smallest candlestick will have 3 of those squares, the middle one 4, and the tallest one 5. Now once those are dry, we're now going to glue our square tubes together. I'm going to do this set of 3 for our smallest candlestick. Then I'm going to do 2 pairs for my second one. Let those dry before we glue them all the way together. And then we'll do a set of 3 and a set of 2 for our tallest candlestick, letting those dry before we glue them all the way together. Once those are completely dry, I'm going to take my sandpaper here and I'm just going to lightly sand those. Try to smooth them out because you know these blocks are not even or cut even the same size all the time. So we're just going to kind of smooth these out. So instead of looking like blocks, it's going to look like one cohesive piece. So we've got our 3, 4, and 5 blocks tall of our candlesticks. Now once I've sanded those, I'm just going to wipe off any dust with my paper towel, and I'm really excited, like I said, to try this blue and gold combination this year. I am going to paint these with night sky. To go with the color scheme I've chosen here, I decided to take these unpainted wood slices and I'm going to darken them up a little bit with my antique wax. So I'm just brushing that on pretty thick to get it nice and dark, and then we'll wipe off the excess with a baby wipe. And now coming back to our candlesticks, I am going to make them a little bit more rustic looking by sanding them lightly, distressing the tops and the edges. I am using a 220 grit sandpaper for this. And now we are ready to put our candlesticks together. I'm just using hot glue. You could use wood glue for this part if you want to make sure it doesn't come apart, but I have never had a problem. I am just now hot gluing my tube of blocks to the middle of each of my wood slices. Next, I'm going to grab this wired, I believe they're called pitberry garland. They are really easy to wrap because they have the wire in them. So I'm just going to secure it at the bottom there and kind of wrap it and press the wire around the candlestick as I'm working my way up. As it turned out, my 3-block tall candlestick, I ended up wrapping around 3 times. 4 times wrapped around the middle one and 5 times wrapped around the tall one. Now we're just going to take some hot glue in the middle of our candlestick and on the bottom of our light bulb and glue that onto the top. Now this step is optional. I decided to take a little bit of jute twine and just wrap it a few times around the base of the light bulb just to cover up where the threads of it are, give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more farmhouse look. But again, this is optional. I don't think it's necessary, but I just felt like doing it today. And here are my finished candlestick trio. I think these are so beautiful. Let me know in the comments what you think about this project. I have made these a few times and I love them each and every time. I always make them a little bit different. Well, thanks for joining me, and here's a few more videos you may choose to watch. See you soon.